Hey, everybody, how are you? It's Thursday night. It's time for another Cruise Chat Live. Hey, if you're new to the channel, I'm Walter, your independent travel advisor. And as always, my wife, well, not as always in the evening, but tonight, my wife, Rebecca, is sitting right off camera. She's my partner in crime in this whole thing. So welcome tonight. So typically, I like to try to have a guest on here in the evenings on Thursday nights, especially some of my travel partners. Tonight, we're flying solo. We are going on to the Valiant Lady in just 2 days, almost 1 day from now, but Saturday, we will be boarding the Valiant Lady for Thanksgiving. Eight glorious nights on the Valiant Lady. We've only like 5 is the most we've spent on that ship. We're going to be on there for 8 nights. We've got about, I don't know, 20 or 30 people coming with us. We're so excited. Some of them are already in Miami now. So hi, if you're watching and you're down there in Miami right now. Hello, group. We cannot wait to see you. We are going to be the British Thanksgiving group. I have to clean my glasses. My glasses are so dirty. I have been working so much this week. Hey, Sherry, how are you? Hi, Brant. How are you? Hey, so my Virgin videos are helpful. Thank you so much. You know, it's really interesting because Virgin Voyages is one of those cruise lines that just failed the marketing right out of the gate. They made it look like you needed to be between 18 and 21 years old to go on their ships.
Oh, maybe 25.
Maybe 25. Oh,
and you had to be, you know, in the lower 10% of body fat.
Yeah. You know, if you were 25-year-old, but obviously Virgin missed that completely because it really is a welcoming cruise line. They are really very much a come as you are. Hey, Rick, how are you? You're going to be on Scarlet Sunday. We're going to be on Valiant on Saturday. We cannot wait. The Valiant Lady looks something like this. This is pretty much an accurate scale model of what the lady ships look like. I love this little guy. It's just so much fun. And then I've got little Inky right here, so you know we can pretend to be doing 20,000 leagues under the seas and all that good stuff. But we're going to be going on the ship, and in fact, Sunday, you know, we typically do our little Sunday mornings at 10:30 in the morning right here from my kitchen. But we will actually be coming to you live from the Valiant Lady on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Now we're definitely going to be on TikTok. Going to try to be on YouTube as well, but we're definitely going to be on TikTok. And if we can get the dual stream thing working on the ship, we will. But certainly come join us. We're going to be hanging out, I believe it's called The Scene, up on deck 15 right in front of the pool. So we're so excited about it. Oh, my goodness. So we got multiple people down here who are sailing. Brant is going on. Well, so we got Rick. Rick is going out. We're going out Saturday. Rick's going out Sunday. Brant's going out on January 10th. It looks like Sherry's going out on December 8th. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you guys, if you've not been on Virgin Voyages before, you are in for a treat. And of course, if you have been. So one of the interesting things that they did with these ships, all 4 ships are essentially identical. Definitely the first 3, pretty much completely identical. The Brilliant Lady, when she launches, they made 2 minor adjustments to her. 1, they squared off the back of the ship. And 2, they're changing the lifeboat configuration specifically so she can go through the Panama Canal. So that means at some point we're going to have a lady ship over on the West Coast, probably in Los Angeles, because Virgin Voyages and LA Hollywood just seem to go together. Right? Right? Oh, Sherry, you are so kind.
Well,
now, wait a minute.
December 8th, we will be getting ready for the seashore.
The seashore. So what we're doing, we're going to be on the Valiant Lady from November 18th to 26th. We're going to be on the MSC Seashore from December 10th through the 17th. We're going to be on the Oceania Serena from December 22nd to January 3rd. I'm going to be back on the Scarlet Lady January 3rd or 4th for a 4-nighter.
No, I think it's the 6th.
Huh?
I think it's the 6th through the 10th.
The 6th through the 10th for a 4-nighter. And then we're going to be on the Icon of the Seas January 20th. So I've got 5 cruises. Rebecca won't be on the second one. She's got 4.
Yeah, I have jury duty.
Oh, my God. She's got jury duty. So she's going to miss out on a cruise because of freaking jury duty. Can you believe that? And by the way, something, thanks for all the kind words about Virgin Voyages. We found out today Now, look, we've only been a travel agency for 13 months as of right now when I'm sitting here. In fact, it's not even 13 months yet. It will be in a couple of days. We found out today that we are in the top 100 first mates for Virgin Voyages in North America. That's basically top 100 travel agent for Virgin Voyages in North America in just our first year. That is unfreaking believable. I just cannot, I cannot thank you all enough. I know you, Sherry says I can just act crazy if I want to. I think Rebecca's going to be the one acting crazy. She's going to have the whole house to herself.
Unfortunately, it's grand jury duty, so I've already been picked.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So
no
yeah.
way to get out of it.
Yeah, she can't do the old Tina Fey, Princess Leia. But yeah, this is absolutely amazing. So, I don't know how many agents there are in the U.S. Or in North America selling, but I do know that, like in our host agency, we've got like over 5,000 agents. A former agency I used to work with has around 100,000 agents. There's a lot of people selling cruises. So the fact that we got this really, it's quite remarkable. And thank you to everybody who has booked with us, who has sailed with us. It's been so much fun. And a huge shout out to Ben and David. We put together the whole inaugural group cruise. So we'll be back on the Valiant Lady in June 12th for 4 nights. We'll be back on the Valiant Lady again. Got a lot of Virgin Voyages cruises coming up. Yes, I do. Thank you so much, Rick. Yeah, we are working hard. My days tend to start like around, 7:30, 8 o'clock. I start answering emails, and my days may go as late as 12 midnight, 1 a.m. I don't know, but we're having fun. We're having a lot of fun, and thank you so much to everybody. Now, one of the cool things is, I keep saying that we're getting on the Valiant Lady on Saturday. So this presents a great opportunity to those of you who maybe, thank you, Aaron, so much. Really appreciate that. To those of you who maybe have sailed before or maybe have never sailed on Virgin Voyages, you'd like to go on and maybe save some money and get a boatload of onboard credit at the same time. So Virgin Voyages has the best. Nobody has a future cruise deal like this. You can only get it while you are on the ship. And because I'm a travel agent, I can get them for any of my clients, or if you'd like to be our client, I can buy these for pretty much anybody. And you can get up to 10 of them individually at a time. So what this deal is you simply put down $300. And again, you can buy 10 of them. So it'll be $300 each. So you put down $300. That goes towards your deposit. A Virgin Voyages deposit is 20% of the cruise fare. So whatever the cruise fare is, it's going to be a 20% deposit. You put down $300 on the ship, you're going to owe whatever the difference is between the $300 and that 20% when you go to book your cruise. So you put that $300 down, you can take a cruise anytime within the next 2 years. You need to book and sail within 2 years. You're going to get $300 off the cruise fare when you book that cruise, and you're going to get $600 of onboard credit. Now, you must book a sea terrace or above. That's the balcony cabin. You can't use it for an inside. You can't use it for an ocean view. You got to use it for a sea terrace, a balcony, or above. Now, again, and by the way, these are fully transferable. So they make great Christmas gifts. $300, if you got some family and friends that are worth $300, they make great Christmas gifts. So you can always buy them for them. But if you think you might have some friends who want to go with you on a Virgin voyage in the future, you could buy a couple of them, and then we can literally just transfer them right over. It's super simple. Literally, all I do is I call Virgin Voyages. I have it transferred over. Boom, we're off to the races. So basically, this is just think of it as a future cruise credit or future cruise certificate. Again, you pay $300 up front, and the thing of it is too, you can combine this deal with almost any public Virgin Voyages deal. So like right now, they're offering up to $600 bar tab. So you get the $600 onboard credit. You're going to get $100 of onboard credit from me because I'm a gold certified first mate with Virgin Voyages. And you get the $600 bar tab if you're on a 7-night or longer cruise. So that's $1,300 to spend.
Up through when? 2024?
Yeah, through the end of 2024, right now. So right now, if you book any cruise, the bar tab offer runs through the end of 2024. So Yeah, Brent, you got that deal on the on your November 5th cruise, and you also passed that on to 2 friends that haven't sailed VV yet. See, that's exactly it. You know, and I think this is such a great deal if you've never sailed Virgin Voyages and you're like very curious, what is Virgin Voyages all about? Well, I can get you on the ship for $300 off, and I can give you $600 onboard credit, and I can give you a $300 to $600 bar tab if you sail in 2024. Plus, I'm going to give you an extra $100 of onboard credit. So anytime you book with me and you book and you get a sea terrace or above, you automatically get $100 onboard credit every single time. That is a benefit of being a gold certified first mate with Virgin Voyages. So so just know that, like if you're ever looking for some onboard credit, anytime you book with us, you automatically get that $100 when you do a sea terrace or above. Sherry, you're seeing Black Friday sales going on. Is it best to wait till on ship, wait for Cyber Monday, or can you combine with the onboard booking? So the Black Friday deals, you know, I haven't, honestly, I saw they came out today, and I honestly have not even had a chance to go in and see whether it's a legit deal or they just simply raised the base rate. I saw it's 30% off, but I don't know if it's a legit deal yet or if they just simply raised the rate. I mean, you know, that's what they all do. You know, Royal Caribbean is the best at it. They really are. Royal Caribbean will go from 50% off to 75% off, but the cabin goes up by $100. And you're like, wait a minute, how'd that happen? So I honestly haven't looked to see if it's a legit deal. Now, basically on board, there are no special deals on board the ship. They are selling the exact same deals that you see in the public deal. What's special about on the ship is the My Next Virgin Voyage. So the ship does not have any special deals that are over and above what you're seeing online or what you're going to get from me. But what they do have that none of us have, they do have this certificate, so you can buy the certificate on the ship, and then they immediately apply it to your booking, so you do get that $300 off. That's where the deal comes in, and it's a great deal. But since I'm going to be on the ship and I'm a travel agent, I can buy as many of these as I want. I could literally buy 100 of these if I wanted to while I'm on the ship. I'm not going to, but I could.
You definitely are not.
No, but you know, I have a whole bunch of clients that I've already gotten their information. I'm going to be buying MNVVs for them. I've got 2 clients. I'm actually going to get the MNVV just like you, and I'm going to switch it right over to a booking while I'm on board the ship. So if anybody is interested in My Next Virgin Voyage, certainly do reach out. It'll be great. It's a great deal. I mean, it is an absolutely great deal. So for those of you who have never been on Virgin Voyages, you know, obviously a couple of folks have referenced my food tour. I'm hoping to shoot and do a whole new one because this will be our first time on the Valiant Lady, and that one is going on 2 years old. So let's see how the food has held up over 2 years.
And we will have the new menu, the new dinner menu at Razzle Dazzle.
That's true. That's true. In fact, during that original food tour, we never had dinner at Razzle Dazzle because we didn't have the time. But this time we will be. In fact, you know what's interesting? And we're skipping the wake this time for dinner. We did the wake the last time, and I'm curious. You know, those of you I see, there's a couple of people who have just been on the ships or you're going on the ship. Did you go to the wake for dinner? Were you impressed? Were you not impressed? If you saw in that food tour, we had a great dinner. That first time, I mean, service was on point, food was on point, and that tomahawk steak was absolutely worth the $64 or whatever it was George paid for it. It was amazing. Then we heard in the interim before we went back on the ship that service had gotten slow, that the steaks actually weren't that great compared to Pink Agave and Razzle Dazzle, and it's a steakhouse. And sure enough, when we went on the Scarlet Lady, we were actually underwhelmed by the wake the second time we went.
I mean, it wasn't bad, certainly.
It wasn't bad, but the service was slow.
And the meal was not as good. No,
the sides were still pretty good, but the main course was not as good as we remembered it the first time. So we're actually going to skip the wake for dinner. We're probably going to do it for brunch, but we're going to skip it for dinner this time.
Carolyn said the wake was perfect last night.
Well, wonderful. Carolyn, thank you so much for chiming in. And that's on Scarlet. That's great. You know, I saw some pictures that they just put out too. It almost looks like they may have tweaked something in the wake, like maybe in response to what everybody has been saying, because the pictures that I just got from the wake from Virgin Voyages are not at all like what we had in the past. So maybe they've done a revamp on that menu because it needed it. It needed a revamp. It needed a revamp in the service. So thank you, Caroline. I'm glad. Aaron Ross, what are we both looking forward to most on your 8-day Valiant Lady cruise? Well, 8 days.
True.
Number one. I'll tell you what, the biggest thing I am looking forward to, and this is just so cool. It is a group cruise, and so many folks that we have never met. Like Aaron, we're going to meet you on the Ben and David group cruise next June. But there's about probably like 20, 24 people that we've never met. We've conversed with you. We've seen you guys, in TikToks. We've seen you on here. I've done video chats with some of you guys, when we're booking cruises, but we've not actually met in person. That is the one thing I am so looking forward to. In addition to getting a hug from Stephanie. It's been way too long. Stephanie's going to be on the cruise with us from Sean and Steph. It's been way too long since we've gotten a hug from her. So that's like the first thing I'm going to do tomorrow. So what about you?
Well, the 8 days is good.
Yeah.
And I have to say, when we originally booked, we booked an insider.
We did.
And I was kind of regretting it. And then I bid on both a sea terrace and a central sea terrace, and we won the bid to the central sea terrace. So I'm so happy that we're going to have a hammock again.
Yes, we were supposed to have a sea terrace, and Rebecca decided to go for it on the bid. Now, a lot of times we say to folks, be careful what you bid on, be careful what you bid on, because you never know.
Yeah.
And we knew that we could have been under the gym, because the gym is right above deck 14. And so we decided to take that chance, and we got it.
And we did pretty good. We're on, I think, deck 11.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I'm happy to have. I knew no matter what, I would be happy to have a hammock, even if it was under the pool or under the gym.
Rick, you're going to start out at Razzle Dazzle. That's not a bad choice. That is not a bad choice at all. We are starting out. Actually, we have a big group dinner in Gun Bay on the first night. And then for Thanksgiving, there's another big group. We're all meeting up at Razzle Dazzle for Thanksgiving, which should be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's going to be good. Razzle Dazzle, believe it or not, has the best bacon on the ship. It's almost like candied. It's got some spice to it. Oh man, it is amazing bacon, and especially for a place that was vegan when it really first started.
Well, it was really never completely vegan.
Well, it was never completely vegan, yeah. Because it has a really good burger, it has a chicken sandwich. It has that chicken sandwich in there and some other things. So yeah, Razzle Dazzle has one of the better naughty menus in there. It's a lot of fun. But
we'll have to see what we think of the changes.
Yeah. So there are definitely changes there. I think there may be some other subtle changes throughout. I will have to see. One of the things that I love so much.
We did get to Razzle Dazzle on our dinner on our second cruise.
We did, and I had the butter chicken, and it was beyond belief. But we understand that the butter chicken is no longer on the secret menu, so we'll have to see. Maybe they'll roll it out for 8 days. You never know. We got 8 days on the ship. Maybe they'll slip it out one night. Who knows? But the other thing that's so good, because it's so bad, you are going to be so full for hours afterward. But for breakfast one morning, go up to the burger bar, go into the galley and get the French toast burger. French toast, hamburger, scrambled egg, bacon with syrup. Yeah, it's everything you think it is, and it's glorious. It's absolutely glorious. I've had it twice. It is so filling. Oh my God, it's so filling.
Pass. Hard pass.
Yeah, I know, because Rebecca doesn't do meat. She doesn't know what she's missing. She doesn't do the meat thing. So, Danielle, how are you? Oh, my God, I can't wait to see you. It's been way too long since we've seen you. Danielle is a fellow travel advisor as well. She's going to be on the cruise. Cannot wait to see you. So, again, if you got folks who are kind of curious about Virgin Voyages, this will definitely be a thing. I love that, Sherry. It's a feast in your fist. That's hilarious. That is kind of what it is. Oh, and then you get the sweet potato tater tots with it. Oh my God, they're so good. Now here's a great tip on Virgin Voyages. So the coffee is amazing. When you go to Grounds Club, but like 8 o'clock they shut down, and you're like, I could go for coffee sometimes at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So you go over to Sip Champagne Lounge, believe it or not. And I know there's a lot of people who have probably never even noticed this. They have hand-pulled espresso machines in the bar. If you look back at the bar, like I remember walking past the bar during the day and I'm like, I think those are hand-pulled espresso machine. And sure enough, you know, like at night, I was like, oh yeah, the coffee grounds are closed. And I walked over there and I'm like, do you make espresso on those? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. You want one? Oh yeah. It's the strongest coffee on the entire ship. And I think it's because, you know, she does the hand-pull thing. Holy crap. So if you're looking for really good coffee at night and you know that the grounds club is closed, go to the the Sips Champagne Lounge and get yourself some espresso, some cappuccino. It's so freaking good. Another big tip, do not miss the groupie, the private karaoke. I don't do karaoke in front of people, but doing it with friends in a small booth, a little private booth, holy crap, I have not laughed so hard. George, Christine, and I were in there, and then we finally got Rebecca to come in there as well. It was just so much fun. So I'm hoping we're going to get a little group karaoke going while we're on the cruise. And one of the cool things that we're doing, we put together a group in San Juan. San Juan, we actually have a decent length of a stop through our shore excursion partner, Shore Excursions Group. We have a big group going on a hands-on culinary tour. So we're going to do a little walking tour of Old San Juan. We're going to try a few things, and then apparently we get to make something at one of the restaurants. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait. Brant, you're trying Gun Bay for the first time on the next one. Awesome. So here's the thing about Gun Bay. You know, we do the drinking game in the beginning. And if you really don't, soju is just not, it's not that good. I'm going to tell you, it's not that good. Rebecca said, could I have a glass of water? And sure enough, they just brought her a glass of water. And you can't tell.
They put it in the same.
Yeah, they put it in the shot glass. So she just took a shot of water. Yeah. And it looks the same. But soju is not the best thing in the world. But it is a fun restaurant. It's definitely a fun restaurant. Obviously, it all depends on who you're sitting with. Now, great story. On our last cruise, we didn't realize it. So on the first two Scarlet Lady cruises, we had a woman named Carlos as our diva. We love Carlos. Carlos is absolutely fantastic. But we went to dinner, just the two of us in Gun Bay, and they sat us with a guy and his cousin and the cousin's friend. So there's 5 of us all sitting there. And we got into talking about entertainment and theater, and he's like, oh, I'm an entertainer. I said, oh, my brother-in-law was in the original cast of Cats on Broadway, and we're just like talking about all this stuff, right? And then we go to the show, and Rebecca says she kind of had an inkling who it was from the voice.
I was suspected, but I wasn't sure, and I figured that since he was just as normal person, that he just would rather be himself.
Yeah, and he was. And then we went to the show later where a woman named Carlos was putting on a cabaret show on the Rock. And as soon as she opened her mouth, I was like, oh my God, we had dinner with Carlos. And I didn't even know it. And here's the biggest irony. We're finally going on to a different ship, and a woman named Carlos is our diva. So we're going to have Carlos 3 times in a row. And I swear, now I'm starting to think she's stalking us. I think she's tracking my social feeds. And now Carlos is tracking us. So I'm going to have to talk to her when we get on the ship and go, what's the deal? You following me?
Oh, yeah. And I am looking forward to bingo with the diva again.
Oh, my God, folks, if you've never done bingo with the diva. Now, look, we don't do bingo.
No.
We don't do bingo, period.
We don't do any gambling at all.
Yeah.
Generally.
Even the bingo, you know, you will not catch us dead on any cruise ship playing bingo. But bingo with the diva, oh, my God. I think that's the best show on the entire ship. It is so freaking fun. So freaking fun. And I think they're doing it twice on this one because it's an 8 night.
That's on the schedule. No, one's early in the morning.
Oh, one's early in the morning?
And one's in the afternoon. It's
maybe thinking that people aren't going to sleep, so they'll just stay up and go to it.
Well, it could still change before we get on the ship. So I don't know.
So the thing about the Virgin schedules is that they do change a lot. Like those of you who have cruised on there, you've noticed like schedules one thing, and then a week later is another thing, and then as you get closer, it's another thing. And then even when you're on the ship, it's like, wait a minute, wasn't this thing scheduled tomorrow? Now it's not there anymore. So
most of the big shows,
shows will stay there, but like some of the trivia events and other things like that may get shuffled around. So things like that. But Brant, you're going to try Razzle Dazzle for brunch. Razzle cake. Oh, get the churros. Get the rainbow churros. Yum, 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 yum. So freaking good. Rick, you haven't tried gumbe. So now I'm going to tell you, it's not the best Korean barbecue, right? So if you go in there expecting like, oh my God, it's going to be the best Korean barbecue, you know, number one, they can't cook over an open flame because on a cruise ship, right? So it's good. It's more, you know, that environment, having the fun with all the other people around you. So the food is good.
And honestly, I think all the little bites and bits that you get before the actual hot cooking things is the best part.
Yeah, all the stuff that they bring out from the kitchen is really good. The cooking part in front of you is super cool. I thought the meat was great.
Although the shrimp does come out really nice.
Shrimp comes out very
nice. They
nice.
have a mixed seafood thing, but I can't remember what the other two seafoods were. I think maybe scallops and calamari, and I don't like either of those. So I have
a picky wife.
I get the vegetable thing, and then I have them put on some shrimp for me.
Yes. So, but yeah, the stuff that comes out, like the pancake thing, it's so good, and the little bites, so good. So it is good food. It's just not like, you know, if you're like, oh my God, I love going to Korean barbecue. Some people have been like, oh, it's not real Korean barbecue. No, you're on a cruise ship. You're having fun. It's a good facsimile of Korean barbecue, and you didn't pay $100 for it to go to it that night.
And we're going to be with a big group, so it'll be interesting. I mean, they have tables that seat 8 and tables that seat 6. So I don't know how we'll end up getting divided, but
yeah. Aaron, good question. How early can you get on the ship on embarkation day, and how many days can you check in before you cruise? So check-in opens up pretty much when you're paid in full, right?
No, we checked.
Did we do it before?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So I honestly just keep trying.
Yeah, check-in just kind of opens up when it does.
Once you book, just keep looking.
Yeah, you can check in. But here's the cool thing about the embarkation. If you have status at any other cruise line.
Well, a certain status.
Yeah, a certain status. But if you have status at any, she doesn't let me finish, you see. If you have status at any other cruise line, you go look up Virgin Voyages Loyalty Status Match. They have a chart that will show you, does my status equate to anything?
I will say there's a general rule of thumb, not completely accurate, but generally it's the top 2 tiers on most of them, except Disney. If you have cruised Disney even once,
boom, you're in.
As long as you're at least, was it silver is the top, the bottom level
like that,
Disney, that gets any Disney cruise, previous Disney cruise gets you Deep Blue Extras.
So the Deep Blue Extras, which is their status match, means you can board first. So boarding starts at 1:30 in the afternoon in Miami. I'm not sure if it's the same over in Europe, but in Miami, boarding starts about 1:30. And the reason why it starts so late is because you're allowed to stay on the ship till almost 11 a.m. So that turnaround happens a little bit later. And they will keep you outside the terminal until it's time to go. You don't wait in the terminal. You're actually put into like corrals on outside. They kind of line you up, almost like Disney. Huh? Yeah. It's almost like Disneyland, but you are undercover, which is real nice. So if it's raining or anything out there, you're undercover, so you're good. So they're going to put you in lines. I think it's like every 15 minutes. It's like 1:30, 1:45, 2:15, 2:30. It's like that. But if you get Deep Blue Extras, you can sign up for 4 p.m. and you can still walk on at 1:30. If you have Deep Blue Extras, you automatically get to go on at 1:30. So that is the earliest you can walk onto the ship. And the cool thing is your cabins will be ready.
There will be, last time at least, it was a person with a little kind of podium near the entrance to the terminal that was checking off names for people who had Deep Blue Extras, handing out the wristbands, and then letting them go into the waiting area.
If you're not sure, just ask any of the terminal. You know, the BV folks are great. The Virgin Voyages folks outside the terminal are absolutely fabulous. So if you're walking up, you're not sure where to go, just ask any one of them. They're very obvious who they are, and they're really, really nice folks. So was it easy enough to book shows once on board? That's a great question, Sherry. So the deal with Virgin Voyages is you cannot book the shows, you can't book exercise classes, you can't book events, you can't book anything until you get onto the ship's Wi-Fi. You can book dinner reservations 45 or 60 days out, depending on whether you're in a suite or a regular. You can book shore excursions 120 days out. But things to do on the ship, you have to wait till you're on the ship's Wi-Fi. So you got to be ready to go. And if you got two people, maybe one person's going to concentrate on getting the entertainment and the other one's going to concentrate on getting some of the other stuff, you know. But for what we want to do, it hasn't been that hard. And here's a big tip. The 80s workout thing, that goes like immediately. Everybody wants to do the 80s workout thing. Just show up if you want to do it, because people may not show up, or they may have more room and they may just say, come on in. Yeah, just set yourself up over there. So if there's something you really want to do, and especially if it's free, if it's a paid thing, you're probably not going to get in. But if it's a free thing, like the exercise classes, just show up. And if they have some room, they'll let you in. They'll say, yeah, just come on in. Just come on in.
Same with the shows. They do have a standby line for the shows.
They do. They absolutely have a standby line.
But it's definitely, you want to do it within the first hour of being on the ship to book those things.
Yeah. So that'll be good. Catherine saying they checked in 6 months ahead. Yeah, it's just one of the things, like pretty much as soon as you're booked, I think as soon as you put down the deposit, maybe you can go ahead and start looking on the app. Now, the app is not fun at all. Hey, and Catherine's saying that in Barcelona it started at 1:30 as well. So that must just be a standard thing that they're doing across the fleet. So that is absolutely awesome. We have not had a chance to go overseas yet to go see the ship, but I really want to. That's good to know. Thank you for letting us know about that 1:30. Brant wants to know if we've tried the pressed juice. Actually, we have not. We have not. It does have odd hours. Just like, the thing that you really should try if you like poke bowls is that little Sun Cafe up on deck 16, but it has irregular hours. Even sometimes on the posted hours, like, on the schedule or whatever, you go up there and it's not open. So, yeah, I don't think the problem with that pressed juice bar is where they put it. It's like you just forget that it's even there because it's literally on your way as you're going out onto the dock.
And I would venture a guess that it was open at some point, just probably some odd point that you didn't happen to be near it.
Or you walked out there when the person that was manning it was like off somewhere else for, whatever, and then they came back. So it is kind of in a weird spot, the way they put it way back there. I think if it was up in the galley, it would probably get a lot more, traffic and visibility because it'd be in the galley. But it is kind of an odd spot where they put it.
And I think I think they do have some of that pressed juice stuff up in the bar, the gym and tonic bar near that.
They might.
It's on the menu, some of the same stuff, I think.
Yeah, I think there is some of that up at that bar. So it's the gym and tonic bar. So, you got the main pool on the one side. But
I think so.
And then the round pool, the big round pool thing on the other side. So, yeah, so they may have it there. You may want to go up and check that because you're saying that you're doing the Splash of Romance and it's included. So, yeah, check that out.
And actually, I do want to try the juice bar this time. We've got a $600 bar tab.
$600 bar tab, so... Yeah, even though we're travel agents and we could have booked the cruise as travel agent, we wouldn't have gotten the bar tab. So we're like, what, screw it.
And we wouldn't have been an official part of the group either.
Yeah. So we wanted to be part of the group and we wanted to be in the bar tab. Hey, Scott, how are you, man? Hope you had a good cruise, man. Hope you had a fabulous time. The port I'm looking forward to the most, San Juan. San Juan would be it. And Bimini. Oh, my God, the Bimini Beach Club. Ocean Key from MSC is now my favorite private island, but Bimini Beach Club is still my favorite cruise line resort. It is just gorgeous, flat out gorgeous. But no, San Juan I'm looking forward to because I want to see what this hands-on food tour is all about. I hope it's going to be good because we got a whole group of us going on it, so I really hope we have a good time. The ship's not coming in until noon time. The tour is at 2, and then we stay there until 10 o'clock at night. So it's like we got plenty of time afterward if we just want to kind of stroll around. That's where I got my first hat. I haven't worn my hat in a very, very long time, but that's actually where I got my first hat. So,
and Catherine's right. The pressed juices are also at Razzle Dazzle for brunch.
How about that? So
I don't know if it's the complete menu, but at least some of them.
Yeah, I still think it's kind of a weird spot where they put it because it's almost like it's a hallway on the way out to the dock. And you're like, oh yeah, there's juices here. it was kind of in a weird spot for sure. I think that they probably should have put it up in the galley.
Yeah.
That would have been a better spot for it. But the other thing too that I want to point out, about that, with the dock and then heading out to the pool up in the front of the galley, they have grab and go boxes up there. And whenever I go out to the dock, first thing I do is I look to my left, look at that refrigerator and see what's in there. There's a meat and cheese platter in there that I absolutely love. They have some interesting desserts in there. There's all kinds of interesting stuff in there. So make sure you pay attention to that, because here's our deal. So we're going to get on the ship at 1:30 on Saturday. By, say, 1:45, we're going to be at the dock having tapas. We're going to have a cocktail. And I'll probably grab a little meat and cheese tray on the way out from the grab and go. That's like my favorite thing. So a lot of people miss that because, you're walking right out to the dock. Like you see the juice bar and you don't realize that right behind you, there's a great little grab and go refrigerator. And then in the galley, it's up in the front of the galley on the side that does not have the coffee grounds. There's another refrigerator as you start to head out towards the pool. Look in there. There's a lot of great little grab and go stuff for sure.
And it does change depending on the time of day, what they have in there.
Yeah, what they have in there. So, Sherry, yes, we're leaving from Miami. We're in Miami. We got a day at sea. We have
Puerto Plata,
San Juan,
St. Croix.
St. Croix.
Sea days.
2 sea days, and then Bimini and then back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're gonna have 3 sea days, which is actually gonna be kind of nice. I do like it. I wish the pool was a little bit bigger. Brant, Virgin will never go out of Canaveral because they spent all of that money on the Miami terminal, and they only have 4 ships. So if anything, I fully expect in the somewhat near future, once we have 4 ships going, we'll see New York for at least, maybe 3 or 4 cruises. We're definitely going to see LA for a season. They have dropped hints, maybe Alaska, which I hope they don't do because, one, we don't need another ship in Alaska. We've already got 60 of them up there. When I had Tamika on our show, who is my representative there, she said, look, there's a lot of cruise lines that do Alaska really well. And she's right. Obviously Princess is up there. Holland America is up there. Celebrity, Royal Caribbean. I mean, there's a lot of cruise lines that do Alaska really, really well. We don't need another Alaska cruise line. But what I could see happening is the Brilliant Lady goes from Miami, it goes through the Panama Canal, it goes up to Alaska, does the whole Alaska run, and then it parks itself in LA, and then maybe the reverse. When it comes back to Miami, it leaves LA, it goes up and does an Alaska run, then it comes down and comes through the Panama Canal. I could see that. I could totally see that. I just hope Virgin doesn't do an actual Alaska season because we really don't need another ship in Alaska. And there's really nothing that Virgin's going to bring to Alaska that isn't already there. I mean, that's just me. So, yeah. Sherry. So the thing of Virgin Voyages, and I have talked to our rep about this. I've talked to some of the first mates about this, that when we have 2 ships here, it's fabulous because we got the 8 night, we got the 6 night, we got the 5 night, we got the 4 night. It's nice. We got a nice mix of itineraries. But when we only have 1 ship here, it's just 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, 5-5, 4-4, 5-5, 4-4. And I said, look, can't you just mix in, maybe a couple of 10s, maybe even a 14, just mix in something to, spice up the variety of it just a little bit so we just don't have the same old. And that's something that, and like the ABC Islands, first of all, Bonaire has really curtailed the amount of cruise ships coming in. So that's why you don't see the ABCs quite so much. You see A and C a lot. You just don't see the B because they've really cut back on cruise ships. But it would be kind of cool, to see Virgin offer maybe 1 or 2 ABC itineraries, or maybe even the A and the C in a southern itinerary, which you can get out of San Juan when the Brilliant Lady will be running. But that's what I'm hoping, that at some point when we get the 4 ship, when we have 1 ship in Miami, they will mix it up just a little bit. So, Barraquina in Old San Juan for the birthplace of the Pina Colada. Oh, I'm telling you, maybe Rebecca, Stephanie, and I need to go.
Although I understand there is 2 different places that claim to be the birthplace.
So we might have to go to both. I think it was actually Ben and David. It might have been Ben, David, and Stephanie who did that. who actually found both of them. But I remember seeing both of them on a YouTube video. That is absolutely hilarious.
Well, and when we were on our food tour in San Juan, they talked about that.
But
previously.
Yeah. Steve, how are you, man? Thanks for joining in. Hopefully once Pier 90 in Manhattan's renovated, you'll see VV. Yeah, I'm hoping, so we haven't heard a thing about the Brilliant Lady, right, since everything happened. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Virgin Voyages was supposed to release ship number 4, the Brilliant Lady. She was going to release for the new year. In fact, her very first sailing was going to be a New Year's sailing from Miami over to San Juan. Then they were going to have a party in San Juan. And then the next day, the ship was going to start going. So there were actually 2 mermaiden voyages. There was the one from Miami and then the one to San Juan. I actually had clients booked on all of them. And so the ship is not ready. And what Virgin Voyages did, I will say, they really took care of the guests. They basically said to everybody, you can get a refund if you'd like. We're more than happy to give you a refund. But we're also going to let you take any cruise you want. And you're not going to pay another dime. If you stay in the same category, all of the cruises out of San Juan were 7 nights. If you want to take a 14 night, if you want to take a 15 night, you want to take a 16 night, that's on us. You can go take that cruise. And that's what a lot of my sailors did. They're going to the Mediterranean. They're going to Greece. They're going to Australia. So that 7-day Caribbean cruise that they paid for turned into a 16-day, Australia. It turned into a 14-day Mediterranean.
And they threw in onboard credit.
They threw in $600 to $1,000 onboard credit. So, typically when this happens, and this does happen quite often, as you know, if you follow the cruise ships, typically when it happens, like, yeah, we'll give you a refund and maybe, 125% future cruise credit kind of a thing. This was like, dude, you guys just go take any cruise you want. I thought that was an absolutely brilliant thing. There were a lot of people disappointed, obviously, but I don't think I've ever had so many guests excited about a cancellation. Like, oh my God, what do I do? Which one do I take? Which one do I take? And all of them got the cruise that they wanted, except one. We had to do it a couple of times, but then they eventually got onto a cruise as well. So the Brilliant Lady was supposed to go from San Juan to Portugal in April of 24. That's my best guess for when we're going to see the Brilliant Lady, that they're probably going to hold it and then just simply start her up right there. Although they may do some sort of a big celebration, bring her to San Juan, have the whole big party and then do the transfer from San Juan over to Portugal. But my best guess would be that we're going to see the Brilliant Lady in April. I hope so. Certainly. And a lot of folks have been saying, hey, where are the San Juan itineraries for 2025, for the spring of 2025? It's because the Brilliant Lady isn't ready yet. She's the one that's supposed to run those itineraries. That's why you don't see anything out of San Juan just yet. We've got the Miami schedules. We got a lot of Mediterranean schedules. We don't have the San Juan schedule.
And they don't even have all of 2024 out yet.
No.
Yeah.
No. Well, that's, again, the Brilliant Lady.
Yeah.
So we're still waiting on the Brilliant Lady. So yeah. So just, you got to kind of have some patience with that, but at least they did a great job with that one. See, what else can we tell you about Virgin Voyages? It's just so much fun. Well, one, Rebecca's going to sleep at least multiple nights in that hammock. That hammock is so freaking comfortable. It really, really is. So yeah, the beds are not so much, and we're not the only ones who have talked about it. I mean, I can sleep on most anything. Rebecca definitely feels it. The beds in the suites are stunning because they are actual beds. The mattresses are so freaking soft. But the beds in the main cabins, they're a little on the stiff side.
I could use like a nice 3-inch mattress pad on top of the mattresses they have.
And it's funny because some people in cruise critics say they've gotten it, and then other people are like, no.
They think they've gotten it, but apparently what room stewards have done is just taken a couple of extra quilts and put a bunch of quilts on top of the mattress and then made the bed, which isn't quite the same thing.
No, but it's still softer than the regular mattress.
Yeah,
so.
I have pretty much heard you cannot get a real mattress topper.
Yeah, sure.
They can fake one for you.
Yeah, so basically they're faking the topper is what we're hearing.
Yeah. Unless they've started buying some in the recent
You know, they probably wouldn't, just because they're environmentally unfriendly, I would suppose.
Well, but there's got to be an environmentally friendly version.
There could be. Yeah, there's probably a bamboo version, right? You know,
something.
like bamboo pillows and stuff. But apparently the word is you're not really getting a topper. They're just adding some softness. I guess you could ask for it and see if it's any better.
I might.
See what you do. And then we could just lift up the sheets and go, ha ha, here's what it is. Expose on TikTok. Let's see if it's really a pillow topper.
Dun, dun, dun.
That'd be a great video. Ooh, what's under here? I think we're going to have to do it. Now we're going to have to do it. Now that I teased it, we're totally going to have to do it. Totally going to have. So the first night, we're just going to sleep on the bed as is. And then the second night, we're going to ask him to put a topper on it.
And I do have to say, and this is not just a Virgin thing. It's pretty much every cruise line, every hotel.
Yeah.
They have those pillows that squish down to nothing.
I hate them.
And I'm a side sleeper, so I don't know who finds them comfortable. Even if I fold them up, it's still not enough to support my head and without getting my neck and shoulders in a weird position.
Yeah. Danielle's right. Carnival does it. Pretty much everybody does it. Princess, I think, had decent pillows.
They were not horrible.
Yeah, the one time MSC weren't quite as flat.
No, they were bad.
They were bad? Okay.
Yeah, they were bad.
Yeah.
But it's not just, it's a lot of cruise lines, hotels.
They're probably cheap.
That could be.
Or probably really cheap. Rick, the way your wife loved the hammock, you're going to be lucky to even get it. And I'll tell you, and you know what's really funny? Like the first time we went on the ship, we were in the Cheeky Corner Suite, which, you know, right here on YouTube, you can go check out our review. It's an absolutely beautifully, stunningly gorgeous suite with a 500+ square foot balcony, yet only one hammock. And I thought it was kind of odd. I'm like, there's so much room out here, but only the massive suite up in the front gets 2 hammocks apparently. But the Cheeky Corner Suite could easily take. But
we have heard rumors they have actually added some of the furniture that was in the renderings.
I've seen the pictures. I have seen the pictures. We had no furniture whatsoever.
Well, we had 2 loungers, little itty bitty table, and 2 of those hard chairs.
That's all we had. Yeah. So, and also a quick reminder, we will be live on TikTok for sure on Sunday. Maybe we're going to be live here. We're going to try it. When we're home, we always do the dual stream. I don't know if we'll be able to do a dual stream on the ship. Yes. We'll try it.
My mother gave us an early Christmas present, and we got a new laptop. So hopefully we can get everything to function.
We're going to hopefully get everything to function. Catherine, thoughts on that $600 bar tab? You were able to order 2 bottles of unopened wine from Sailor each. Yep, to bring home. For folks who don't want as much alcohol, Virgin has great Virgin beverages. Oh, yeah. They do. Rebecca, tell them about your...
I got a Bloody Mary for brunch one day, but without the vodka in it. And I'm assuming if you had it with the vodka, it'd be the same thing. But it was like the darn best Bloody Mary. I mean, you have to like horseradish, but it was really good.
Yeah. I mean, Virgin just has really good bar service from what I've experienced on there. Even at the pool, you know, the pool is usually, you know, the slushy, the fast drink, the this, the that. Even up there, I've gotten a really good mixed cocktail too, where the guy actually takes his time and makes a good drink. So they have their bar service is on point,
and their mocktails are pretty good.
Yeah. So, but that's a great idea. You know, you can order bottles of unopened wine from Sailor Eats. You can also sometimes at the bar, not so much towards the end of the cruise because they start running low on stock, but sometimes from the bar too, you can order a bottle of liquor from there. And if you're staying in a suite, I talked about it in my video, any liquor that's in your bar, you can take home with you. And I did. I totally did. And in fact, it was really funny because we had 2 Cheeky Corner suites on our cruise. We had the one side, and my friend Christine and George had the other corner. And they were from New York, and they just opened up their bar, and they're like drinking everything. And I just kind of went, oh, I'm just going to kind of leave my bottles here until we need them. And we never needed them.
But they're also, they drink a tad more than we do.
Yeah, but still, it was kind of nice. They opened up their bar, and I didn't have to.
Yeah, true.
It's all sitting here. I got like four bottles of liquor still sitting here from my Scarlet Lady cruise last year. So, hey, Michael, how are you, man? Good to see you. You are so kind. You are so kind to say that. You know, Michael was our very first booking, which was really cool. Him and his mom. I mean, literally, we had just started the business, and like a week later, Michael calls me and is like, "Hey, can you book a cruise for me and my mom?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I'm a travel agent. Sure, I can do that." And so you were our very first booking, and it was so exciting when you finally took that cruise, when that cruise finally happened, and then you guys had such a good time. Michael is one of the guys that we are actually going to be getting one of these My Next Virgin Voyages for. So Michael's never been on a Virgin Voyage cruise. He wants to go experience it. And so, I put this out there for all of my clients and said, hey, if you'd like to go on the cruise and you want to save $300 and you want to get a $600 onboard credit and you want to get, the bar tab that they're offering all the way through the end of 2024 and you want to get $100 onboard credit from me, this is the deal that I've got up there on the screen for you. You pay $300, then you get $300 off the cruise, plus you get a $600 bar tab. And you get my $600 onboard credit, and you get my onboard credit, and you get whatever Virgin is offering at the time. So it's so awesome. Michael, you are so kind. You are so incredibly kind. And all of you guys are so incredibly kind for hanging out with us on a Thursday night. We won't be back next Thursday. Obviously, it's going to be Thanksgiving. So hopefully you all will be doing something better than wanting to watch me talk on a camera. I hope you guys are all going to
Hopefully you'll be in a nice
week.
food coma by 8:30 at night.
Yes. I don't know what we'll be doing.
I think that's about when we have dinner.
Right about now? Yeah, right around 8 or so. So we'll be having dinner. So we'll be thinking about you guys while we're sitting in Razzle Dazzle for sure. A group VV cruise in 2025. We already have two, Michael. Thanks for reminding me. I guess, we've been talking about Virgin Voyages this whole time, but I will just go ahead and quickly remind everybody we do have 3 group cruises that are currently booking right now. And this is the newest one, the Norwegian Aqua, like brand spanking new ship. We're going to be on the ship 1 month after she launches. So we're going to be really close to her maiden voyage. This is happening May 31st, 2025 out of Port Canaveral. And if you book by tomorrow, you will get $150 onboard credit. If you miss the deadline tomorrow, you're still going to get $100 onboard credit if you book through us. But this is a 7-night cruise. Oops, what did I do? I knocked it off the screen. Let me put that back there. Port Canaveral, Puerto Plata, St. Thomas, Tortola, Great Stirrup Key, which is their private island, and 2 days at sea. So if you're interested in going on that, certainly do reach out. This is the one that I am just over the moon. Cannot wait till we do this. I've been wanting to go back to Alaska since we went to Alaska. We did Alaska in 2008. I was ready to turn around and go right back up there. We have sent so many clients up to Alaska, and I'm going crazy. It's like, we got to go back to Alaska. This is it. This is a ship that only holds 1,250 people. This is the Oceania Riviera. It is nearly all-inclusive. So if you've been on Virgin Voyages and you like that, you like the fact that there's no nickel and diming on the ship, you're going to love Oceania. And their food game is apparently even better. We're going to be on the Serena at Christmas and New Year, so we'll tell you firsthand. But this is going to be 12 nights in Alaska, 8 ports, and we're talking 12, 13, 14-hour stops, including 12 hours in Victoria, which usually Victoria, it's just a quick little token 3 or 4 hour stop. Hey, we stopped in Canada. No, we're going to be there for 12 hours. So this is 12 nights, 8 ports, June 26th through July 8th on the Oceania. So with Oceania, it's 2-for-1 cruise fares. The round-trip airfare is included. When you go to my website and you see the prices on my website, there's round-trip airfare built into that. If you don't need the round-trip airfare, you take $1,400 off the price. All of the restaurants are included. The Wi-Fi is included. Your soft drinks, your specialty coffees included. Beer, wine, champagne with lunch and dinner included. Then with the group, we're throwing in the gratuities. Those are included. And we're throwing in an upgrade for the drinks package. So it's not just lunch and dinner. You can have a drink anytime you want.
Plus you can have cocktails.
Yeah, plus you can have cocktails. And there's an $800 shore excursion credit. So the first $800 towards shore excursions is on Oceania. So this is going to be an amazing cruise.
And that's $800 for the cabin.
Yeah, $800 for the cabin. So all of that is included. Plus, you're going to be on a ship with only 1,250 people in Alaska. This is going to be absolutely amazing. So if you want to come join, we've got a really nice group going on this one so far. And then last but not least, boy, we've got a big group going on this one. Everybody's really excited to meet this ship, the Sun Princess, October 19th through the 26th, 2024. It's going to be one of her first sailings in the U.S. She comes over in September, and we're getting on her October 19th. So it's literally going to be one of the first sailings over here in the U.S. If you have not been keeping up with this ship, there is so much cool stuff. There's over 26, 29 bars and lounges in this, restaurants and lounges in here. Plus, we've got 2 complete performance venues. We've got the arena, which is a theater in the round. And then we've got the dome on the top, which will be doing Cirque du Soleil kind of shows under the stars. So during the day, that is a big enclosed pool. It's just absolutely stunning. And then at night, they're going to be putting on shows that'll be up under stars, under the glass. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. The reason why we picked this one, you got Princess Keys, San Juan, St. Thomas, but 3 sea days. So we've got 3 sea days to really explore the ship. This ship is the largest ship that Princess has ever built. Is 175,000 gross tons. Compared to Virgin Voyages, that's 110,000 gross tons. So it's quite a bit larger than their ship. However, the ship could hold around 6,000 if they really wanted to squeeze everybody in. But the way they've configured the ship, it only holds 4,300. So there's tons of public space throughout the ship. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. And we've got a lot of people on this one. So if you want to come join us, please do come join us. And if you are interested in this My Next Virgin Voyage, reach out. I can only get them while I'm on the ship. We're going to be on the ship starting Saturday, and then we get off the ship on the 26th. So what I say on here is let me know before the 22nd if you really want to get them, because as we get towards the end of the cruise, that desk starts getting busy. It gets harder to get in there. So definitely let me know. And especially if you've not been on Virgin Voyages, or maybe you have been on and you didn't take advantage of this and you thought about it too late. Like, oh, man, I wish I would have gotten a certificate. Just reach out to me. info@where'swaltertravel.com. There are links in the description down below on how to get in touch with me. So just reach out. Nelda, you love Razzle Dazzle. Nice. Razzle Dazzle is so much fun. We love Razzle Dazzle. So awesome. And actually, you know, one of my favorite little things there too, you know, the social club diner. Oh my God, those little snacks they have off to the side, and then the arcade is right there. Oh man, talk about feeling like a kid. Although they obviously changed the programming on all those games, because I used to be really, really good at them. You know, when I was in high school, I was really, really good. Now I suck.
It's not that time has passed and you've lost your touch.
Somebody changed all the programming on those games, because I used to be really good, and now I suck. And it's like, what the heck happened? Who changed the programming on those games? Because, you know, when I was in high school, I was really, really good at it.
Maybe you'll have to take a sea day and just sit there and play all day long.
Oh, well, man, the driving game, the Sega driving game, I don't know which one they're going to have on Valiant, but my God, did I suck that one up bad. That was so horrible. I used to be so good at that. That was so bad. Thank God we don't have to pay for those games. Oh, my goodness gracious. So, wow, we've been going just over an hour, folks. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. You know, if we can do anything to help you guys out with your travel, certainly do reach out. We enjoy coming to you here on Thursday nights. I do have some guests coming up. We've got Oceania's coming back, and Avalon Waterways is coming up. Those are both coming up in December. So yay, Avalon Waterways, our second river cruise company, is going to be coming on here. And of course, Sunday, you can come join us on TikTok for sure. At 10:30 in the morning on Sunday. Maybe we'll be over here on YouTube, but definitely you can join us there. Next Thursday, you won't see us. Everybody have a good Thanksgiving. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Go enjoy your Thanksgiving, people. Have a good time. And for those of you who are getting on a ship, hey, man, go have a great vacation. Thank you, Sherry. Hey, it's nice to see some new people out here, too. Really, really nice to see some new people in here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're going to have Tamika back. You know, I keep talking about Tamika with Virgin Voyages in January. I think she's going to be coming back. So we're going to have a whole night of Virgin again. So, yeah, Rick, you're going to have a sphere cabin. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see that. So, hey, thanks, Scott. Really appreciate it. So, guys, you can tag along with us. I'll be doing YouTube shorts for sure all next week. I'll be on TikTok. Going crazy on TikTok all next week as well. So you can certainly follow along with us. Where's Walter Travel on the social channels? We're on Threads. We're still on Twitter, but we're primarily on Threads now. Instagram. I keep forgetting to post every day. Yeah. And then also on LinkedIn. It's so much to keep up with because I'm actually booking cruises. It's hard to keep up with it. I need a social media manager at some point. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for taking time on your Thursday. I know it's getting late into the evening, so we really do appreciate that. And if we can help you in any way, reach out to us, where'swaltertravel.com. So I hope you and yours have an amazing Thanksgiving next week, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Have a great day, guys. Good night.